Good afternoon. Today's topic is going to be about, I am making a kind of a throw together, hopefully it turns out good, meal in my crock pot. So it's going to have this is turkey meat thigh meat, so it's the dark meat. And I know you can't really see, but anyway, it's got one packet of onion soup mix, just because I had it left over from another recipe I used. And it's got some seasoning in it, some salt, some pepper. And it's got garlic in it too. Oh, and I chopped up my onions. Yeah, they're not that small pieces, but whatever. So then I also cut up some bacon. Now, they didn't have, the recipe that I was kind of following required bacon ends, and I'd never heard of that before, so I was like looking for it at the grocery store, and I can't find it, so all I did was I bought some bacon strips, and I chopped it into pieces, so hopefully that'll turn out all right. And I'm not going to lift this big bowl, but I got 2.5 pounds of red potatoes that I had cut up, and I just got it sitting in water so they don't brown, and they lose some of their starch doing that too. Then I've got some chicken stock that I'm going to use. I'm not a big broth person. I hate it when people say, oh, use broth. Well, I always prefer using stock because I always think the stock has more flavor, and I don't buy the kind that has no salt. I just buy this kind. It's just original, so I assume they cook it with the vegetables and then they just strain it how it is, so it has some flavor in it, so it's not just the chicken with no flavor. So anyway, I'm going to put all this stuff in my crock pot, and the recipe says it takes about 4 hours on high, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. Like I said, I've never actually done a poultry in I've only ever used my crock pot for beef, or, well, more recently I did a pork tenderloin. I think I posted a video of that. That turned out really good. It was really juicy. I think from now on I'll do my pork tenderloins in the crock pot, because even using an oven bag, it still gets a little bit on the dry side, but when I did it in the crock pot, it just must be the way the temperature and how long it cooks for. It was moist and it was delicious. But I'm hoping this will turn out all right. I usually, whenever I try to make some kind of a stock or whatever. Oh, and this was 32 ounces of stock. I have a second one in case I don't like how thin it is. Now, I ended up getting a little more than I should for the bacon because I misspoke to him. I meant to say a 1.25 pounds of bacon strips, but I ended up saying 2 pounds, so whoops. I guess I could have taken some of them and wrapped it up and put it in the freezer, but I didn't think about it. I was already cutting it by that point. I'm like, oh, I'm already done, so oh well. So anyway, and I got a really big crock pot. I've shown that on here plenty of times, but I'm hoping this will turn out really good. Now I've got a daughter who doesn't really like onions, but you can't live life not using just the flavor from onions is just too good to just omit from every recipe that I make. So if she doesn't like tonight's meal, then she can just have a PB&J sandwich. Okay, well, I know it was a little weird. Maybe I'll show show this all mixed together in the crock pot around 2 hours into the cooking process or something. All right, bye.